What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is the first episode of Twitter Talk. Um, Basically, this series is just going to tell me going on Twitter and give me opinion on some people's tweets. Basically, I'm going to show you the tweet that people make and then I'll respond. But for the time being, I'm going to have on my phone here. But when the video obviously comes out, the tweet will be there for you to see in person. In future videos, if you'd like to get your tweets in the video, all the Twitter information will be in the description below in this video. But yeah, without further ado, really, obviously if you're enjoying the video, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow us on Twitter as well for further videos. But yeah, we'll jump straight in. Obviously I'm not going to give the names and stuff of people, so you'll literally just see the tweet as I read it here. This one is involving Liverpool and Thiago. Now, obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm going to be biased in everything I say really about Liverpool, just for future videos. But arguably the biggest signing LFC have ever made, proven world-class talent, at the very top of his game. Who could have picked any club in the world? This season will be fun. Pretty much agree with everything they said there. The whole Thiago deal is shows how far Liverpool have come. I mean, when Klopp first came in, we were looking at the likes of Fabio Borini and Balotelli, and even Christian Benteke for me just wasn't good enough. Along with a whole list of names, really, they just didn't have the quality. And we really were on a downward spiral. Since he's come in, I know there was talk about the deal, and we'll get to that in a minute, but to get a player like Thiago now, who also rejected Bayern Munich, they've just won the treble, he rejected Bayern Munich. I don't know, I'm not going to say it's because Liverpool were interested. I don't think, obviously the player felt like he wanted a new challenge, and Liverpool for me was his club of choice. So yeah, finally would be the one word I'd use to describe the transfer. Thank God we got him. There was a lot of not hate, but a lot of question marks over the whole Thiago deal in the first place. Were we going to get it done? Was it just hype, or because there was talk just before we got it done that Man United were looking at him, and to be honest, I did fear a little bit, because I feel like the Werner deal at the start of the window, me personally anyway, I thought in February, March, just before the whole COVID, I thought Timo Werner was a done deal nearly to Liverpool. He was flirting with us a little bit in some press conferences after Champions League games, and I was thinking, lovely, Timo Werner's going to be a real good signing, and that literally second we came back after the big break, that was done. Chelsea just swooped in, got the man, and for 48 million quid there was talk we didn't have the money, and I feared a little bit. Then Lovren left and we got in Tsimikas, so I felt like we had to buy to sell, and a lot of talking with Wijnaldum leaving. Doesn't look like he's going to leave yet, although there's still time. But yeah, Klopp literally wanted Thiago. Thiago wanted to come to Liverpool. We got it done eventually. So yeah, I completely agree with everything that's said in that tweet. He's at the very top of his game. He goes straight in as top 5, top 3, I would say, nearly midfielders in the league. On his day, for me, him and Kevin De Bruyne have been the best two midfielders in the world this season. So yeah, it's an absolute kill for sign. The way they done it as well, there was a lot of why are we waiting, just pay the 25 or 27 or 30 million euros, whatever it was. And then when it first got reported that we actually made the bid, I was like, we nearly done at Manchester United last season with Harry Maguire, all the 6 weeks, 7 weeks, giving other teams time to get the deal done. And realistically, he's come up 20 million up front, 20 million is the reported fee, which will be paid over 4 years. So 5 million a season is, and then some add-ons if we win the Champions League and if we win the Premier League, and that is an unbelievable deal for 25 million. He is. I actually cannot think of a player, to be honest, that we've ever signed that came with this reputation. Salah was a great sign, but when he came, me personally, I was like, I don't think we need him personally at the time. And he wasn't as good of a player as he is now. Van Dijk wasn't as big as a player. The close one the last couple of seasons, I would say maybe Alisson. At the time, he was a really good keeper, and one of the best around, to be fair. But even that signing for me doesn't come Well, maybe no, it doesn't come close to the Thiago deal. He probably is the biggest signing we ever made in the in Premier League era anyway. Could you say Torres? I don't think you could put him in the same bracket. Like at the time, yeah, he was pretty good for Atletico, but like he was just another player at Liverpool. Like and at the peak of his career as well, Thiago, unbelievable stuff. Like absolutely brilliant deal. I'm not gonna keep whimpering on about it. Like it was a fabulous deal. But yeah, we'll jump on to the next one. And the next one is Ismaila Sarr. It's about Ismaila Sarr and possibly going to Manchester United. Ismaila Sarr would be a great signing. I love Sancho. He is who I think we should go for. But if the club don't budget 108 million price tag, Sarr would be the perfect alternative. He's 22, quick, tricky, high ceiling potential. 30 million is a bargain. My thoughts on this one. Well, first off, I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it's a solid he's going to Manchester United. I wouldn't say it's a solid he's going to Liverpool either. I think if Manchester United are interested, I think there'd be stiff opposition. But I do feel if Liverpool really want them, I think they could get the deal done. But in terms of the player, like he's not going to turn Manchester United down, and I just like I can't see Manchester United going in for Sarr. It would be a good signing. Is it a big upgrade on Mason Greenwood? I don't think it is. I think Mason Greenwood's form towards the end of the season was second to none. Like he was top class. He was one of the best attackers in the league towards the end of the season. Everything he touched turned to goal. Like every single, like he scored from everywhere and anywhere. And to be honest with you, it's not really good for rival fans, including myself. Like he's going to go to the top. It looks like. But Sarr, I feel like it would be not a panic buy for Manchester United, but I feel like what they want when they came into the market and what they would get with Sarr would not be two complete opposites, because I feel like it fits the mould of Ollie and the type of players he wants, the young and exciting and people who's going to fight for the short. I feel like it would suit that type of player, but I feel like when you're going in and you're negotiating for a certain player all fucking season, and then it seems like you're just settling now, you're getting whatever's left on the market. 30 million is a bargain. I feel like it's been sort of tainted a little bit, the 30 million, because of the likes of some players that went, like Decore went for 20 million and Alan went for 20 million, James went for 20 million, I think. Although I've seen some reports saying that may well be a free transfer, which might be shite, but and Thiago for 25 million. So there is some deals in there like that you're thinking, now we're going to go out and spend 30 to 40 million. Apparently Watford want 40 million for him. I know this tweet says 30, but apparently that's what they want from him. But then you also flip and you say 108 million for Sancho, and Sancho for me is the better player. But yeah, I feel like he has got the potential. He does fit in Ollie signing in a way. But I do feel like it'd be sort of a settle for Manchester United to get Sarr rather than an actual target of theirs, to be honest. Yeah, there's not much really else we can say on that matter. I think we might jump on to the next one. It is to do with Manchester United again, I think. If Man United sign Sancho before the end of the transfer window, but that's all they sign, how would you rate that window? Is it a success, or is it just not good enough? I suppose there's two ways of looking at it. I feel like 7 weeks ago, when the talk first came out with Jadon Sancho to Manchester United, I think a lot of fans were right. Jadon Sancho's coming in, and even rival fans, including myself, was thinking, shit, they're getting Jadon Sancho, and that's only the start for them, really. I think it was a case of, we're going to get Sancho, and then we're going to look to improve other areas of the squad that are weakened in a way. Like a DM, maybe you would say, or maybe a left back or a centre back. But I feel like they went out and bought Danny Van de Beek. Now I don't know where he's going to play, if he's going to be the deeper, which I don't think he is, because apparently Ollie has said he's coming out. He's going to play in the cam role, which is a bit, I'm not sure it was a position needed. Like Pogba can play in the role, or I mean, I suppose like in terms of having Lingard and Mata and stuff like that, maybe it is. But I feel like high profile areas for Manchester United was the ones like the right wing, maybe a DM. And I know Van de Beek can play in the DM, but like I feel like Ollie coming out saying he's going to be an attacker, an advanced playmaker. sort of doesn't really add up. A left back maybe, and I say maybe because I feel like in future videos I'm going to allude to it a bit more, but I've seen some people say Luke Shaw is just on the level of Chilwell, which I disagree with, but that's for another video. And maybe a centre back over Lindelof, maybe. So I feel like them areas would be priority. I feel like Sancho is the priority signing, and I think he has been. But to be honest, like as the days go on in the transfer window, like there's just over 2 weeks left. And I feel like the longer Manchester United leave it, then the more I would be confident that Manchester United aren't going to sign him. Now look, they did it last season with Harry Maguire. They literally went most of the season. I think they've done about 5 or 6 weeks of negotiating with Palace for Wan-Bissaka. So it's not completely mad for Manchester United to do it. It's a silly way to do business, I think, because I think like Borussia Dortmund haven't budged. Like, you know, it's not like Borussia Dortmund were saying, right, give us 150, and Manchester United have got them down to 108 at the minute. Like Borussia Dortmund want 108 million, haven't budged, and Manchester United are like every time they go back, they're like, oh, what? It's like you want 108 last week, now you still want 108. Like, what's going on? As if Borussia are going to say, right, you can have them for 90, when that's just not going to happen. So in that way, like I think it's just silly negotiating for Manchester United again. And I feel like the longer it gets, Borussia are going to need to replace him. And I can honestly, if it gets to a case where there's like a week left, me personally, I don't know if it's going to be done unless they can agree a deal, and then Borussia say, right, if we sign someone, it's done. But like at that point, Borussia are going to want to replace him before they get rid of him. And I feel like the closer you get to the transfer deadline day, then the more reluctant Borussia are going to be to get rid of Sancho. And then you have the whole conundrum then, if you don't get him this season and you do go and buy someone like Sarr, who we've already talked about, like next season I can see the Real Madrid's being active again, and maybe Barcelona's, maybe PSG is, Chelsea again, they're going to have another kitty to go at. City haven't done an awful lot yet. I feel like there's a bit more to come from them. They'll be back in, whether they need a room or not, and whether Sancho even wants to go back to Man City or not. You could maybe say Liverpool, I don't know. I can't really see them spending 100 million, but look, you don't know. Like, so clubs are going to want them next season for me, and if Manchester United don't get him this season, I wouldn't be 100% certain that they're going to get him next season. They might be front runners, and he might want to just go to Manchester United and that's it. But for me, this is the season for Manchester United to get him. If they have the money that they say they have, and if they start getting negotiations going and just give them the money that they want. But unless they do that, like Sancho just for me isn't going to go. And the closer it gets to the end of the window, the more of a failure it's been for Manchester United. If they do get him, I still feel it's not enough. If we're going to go back to the question, because I know I spilled on there, but I don't feel like it's enough because of the fact that they've let it go so long. And I feel like there was other areas of the team, like I know at the start there was talk of a left back. I seen Tellez may be linked. But if it's just Sancho, for me, I feel like they haven't done enough in this transfer window. To be honest, no club has done mad stuff. Only Chelsea have done unbelievable business. But like I feel like the right winger does make them better. And then Mason Greenwood could come in and be that player. Like the Sarr for me would be if he came in. So in the attacking front, I feel like it does improve them a lot. But I feel defensively and in the midfield, they may lack. Also, having Van der Beek there again, if he can play in the deep role and he can play well enough, then they might have that wouldn't be too bad. But I just, based off of what Ollie has said, he's going to play him as a cam, more so as a cam, not just a cam, but more so as a cam. I feel like it's just not enough. Like I feel like if they had got it done early, and then it may have been looking at it differently, but the fact that they've let it linger on and expectations for the window have just slowly declined, it does feel like a bit of, not a failure of a window. Even if they get him, it just feels like it's just not as good as it could have been this window, and probably should have been, to be challenging. But yeah, look, I'm not going to keep repeating. If they get him, it's not good enough. But I think Manchester United need to act fast on that Sancho deal, and very, very fast. Next tweet up, should we say, is to do with Arsenal and their approaches for maybe Partey and Houssem Aouar. Who should Arsenal sign first? Look closely, because we don't have a DM. If Traore leaves, no attacking midfielder if of Aouar quality. Would you take like for Partey, retweet for Aouar? Personally, looking from outside, looking into Arsenal, I feel like Thomas Partey would give them more than I think Awar would give them. I think Awar is really good and he has a lot of potential, and he's up there like with some of the best in Europe. Like I also think so is Partey, and I feel like he'd offer much more solidity in the midfield. Like if they could only get one, I feel like Partey would offer much more solidity in that midfield. He would help out defensively to Arsenal, who last season weren't great defensively. I know you've only played one game and they've only played Fulham, so they're yet to be really, really tested. Like Gabriel looks a decent signing, but for me, Partey would be the man I would go with. On his day, he is world class in that role. Like when I watched him against Liverpool, for me that was one of the best performances I've ever seen of a midfielder like that. It was easily on the level of like Fernandinho last season. I think if they could get that consistency out of him at that level, they're getting one hell of a player. And to be honest, for 40 million quid, like it's a no-brainer for Arsenal to me. If they can only get one, for me, I would be going with Thomas Partey. Awar gives them a bit more attacking quality, maybe. I would say, but for me, Partey is more essential than Awar would be to Arsenal. Short and sweet. Let us know what you think, guys. Look, you may disagree. Some of you, I'm sure, will agree sometimes with me. Not all the time, but sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna move on. Gareth Bale coming to Spurs. So here's the tweet. Gareth Bale coming back to the Premier League might just be what Spurs need to propel them into the top 4. We might just have 7 teams challenging for the top 4 this season. Now, there's 2 things to allude to there. First of all, what a signing for Spurs, Gareth Bale. I know he's getting on a little bit, but like it is only a loan deal. I know. I don't know if there's an obligation to buy or an option to buy next season. I don't know how much it is, but Reguilon as well is another good sign. I do feel like they definitely need left back, especially after watching that opening game of the season against Everton. They were absolutely awful, but I feel like does it propel them to the top 4? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if it gives them much added quality. Helps their depth. Like he has everything really, Gareth Bale, when you think of it. Like has everything. He's another attacker. He can play up front. I suppose he's another option for a striker. But I just feel like people, like he hasn't played a lot of football in the last 2 seasons, I would say, and like people are looking at him and they're expecting the Gareth Bale that Spurs had, or when he's on his day. When he's on his day, he's really, really good. But I feel like he is getting on a little bit. Does it propel him to top 4 is the question. And I'm gonna say no, just really based it off the performance against Everton. They also played something Plovdiv last night and just about won. Like I mean, scraped it against 10 men Plovdiv, and that was one of the best teams out. I feel like if Mourinho can get his team right, I feel like it does come down a lot to Jose Mourinho and how he gets his team right. Reguilon's a very attacking fullback. I just don't know if attacking fullbacks suit Jose Mourinho. Like it's not. It has to be. The questions had to be asked. Bale, will he improve Spurs? 100%. Will Reguilon improve Spurs? Yes, 100%. But do they propel them to the top 4? I feel like the performance against Everton and the performance last night against Plovdiv would tell me that even with Bale and Reguilon in the team, it doesn't improve them enough to get top 4 this season. I feel like they're missing a bit more. There's no bite. There's no energy about them. They look tired, is what they look, to be honest. Mourinho's already going on about the fixture list, but like you either sack it off. He celebrated getting the Europa League last season. He's now giving out about it. Everyone knows what the sus is with it. You play on the Thursday and it does kill your team. I feel like they should have depth enough like that. We've seen Man United go to the semis last year, playing their second team, and I can't see Jose playing his full second team on the evidence anyway of last night when playing basically his full team against Plovdiv, just about winning. I feel like when you start getting the ball around and you start to get a couple of wins on the bounce, then confidence is flowing, then your team starts playing the best they can. But I think it does come down to Jose Mourinho. I don't think it's just down to Bale and Reguilon coming in. I think, do they improve Spurs? Yes, 100%. But I think it's down to Jose Mourinho. He needs to get the best out of his team. He needs to find his best 11. And he needs to keep confidence going in the players that aren't playing, so then when they do have to come in, that they perform to an acceptable and a high level. So in that regard, I would say that it's not going to propel them to top 4. But will they challenge for top 4? Possibly. I don't feel like they're going to get top 4. I feel like they can challenge, but I feel like they might just fall short again. I feel like maybe a 6th place or 7th place maybe is calling for them. Just with Europa League, I feel like it kills you, as I said. I do agree with that there is going to be one hell of a competition for places. Like, I can see a 4-horse race for the title, and I can see 7 or 8 teams going for the top 4. It's going to be a mad season. It's going to be an absolutely mad season. Like, some of the deals that got done. I think we're going to jump on to the last one, the last tweet, because it will sum up the video. It'll sum up so far the transfer window. If we can get it here. So this is the last tweet. It's Thiago to Liverpool, Higuain to Inter Miami, Bale to Spurs, Rodriguez to Everton, Havertz and Werner to Chelsea. This is like one big game of Football Manager, and I love it. And that really sums up the window. Like, I feel like Everton have done some business that's going to push them to challenging anyway for the top 4. Like, that midfield, like we seen them against Spurs, were unbelievable. Alan, for me, again, Manchester United for 20 million quid. That would be a player that Manchester United would he would improve them massively for me. Even Decore would improve them massively. Another player, 20 million quid. And to get James Rodriguez for Everton is the kill of a signing. Like, that quality that they have now in midfield with Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. They also have Digne, who I think is a terrific left back and one of the best left backs in the league. Defensively, they're okay. Could improve. I feel like they're maybe a right winger. I know James played in the right for Everton, and he was absolutely terrific. So maybe they don't need a right winger. But I always thought of James coming in more central. I feel like maybe they're still lacking in a right winger department. But I feel like they could be up there challenging. I think Ancelotti's a brilliant manager, as we've seen in other clubs. Thiago obviously improves Liverpool, as we discussed. Bale, the Spurs, Havertz and Werner. Little thought on them. Like, 2 really good signings for Chelsea. Again, I would hype them up, challenging for the title. Surely with Manchester United, especially if they get Sancho, they should be pushing up there challenging. Thiago improves Liverpool. I feel like a big sign's coming for Man City, which will push them to the title. So for me, this season is going to be an absolute mad season. And to be honest, I cannot wait for it. But yeah, guys, look, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe to the channel for more. But yeah, for future, let us know. Send us some opinions in the comments, and it doesn't have to be Twitter based. I can put them in. Ideally, it would be better if you could put them in Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, as I said. The page will be linked in the description. Follow us on Twitter, and hit us up with some opinions and some questions, and they might be in the next video, or more than likely will be in the next video. But yeah, guys, as I said, hope you enjoyed, and until the next one, peace.